Hey, welcome back to the Infamous Podcast. This is Brian.
This is Darryl.
And Darryl, this is episode 496. The name is Powers. Jade Powers.
Oh, I thought you were going to say an old ode to the muscle hamster.
Oh, no, yeah, ode to the muscle hamster indeed. But no, we're actually going to talk about a lot of football today, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited like a raccoon in a trash bin outside of a Cracker Barrel.
Okay.
That just sounds like something Chad would say.
Yes, it really does.
So,
Actually, yeah.
I will agree.
With
I was trying to embrace my inner Chad Powers. So, speaking of Chad Powers, have you watched the Micah Parsons and Justin Jefferson undercovers yet?
I have not. No, I actually just saw that was the thing last week.
So the Micah Parsons one is fine, but it also like happened the week before he got traded, which is crazy. The Justin Jefferson one is my favorite. It's hilarious.
Isn't he like a photographer
He's
or something like
photographer, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Named Darius Frost.
I'll have to check that one out.
He fools their GM, like just straight up fools the GM. It's hilarious. So anyway, welcome to the show, Darryl. How are you, my friend?
It's hump day, man.
Yeah,
hump day.
Oh yeah, we're recording a day late. Apologies, that was my fault. Darryl was gracious enough to let me reschedule, so that was all good.
Kicking babies out there, man. That's what you're doing.
Actually, we were buying another Subi, so
I think it was kicking babies off.
No, that'd be fun though. Not gonna lie. Anyway, all right. This week we are talking about Supergirl reshoots that I learned about 5 minutes ago. Saturday night's main event, which I think they're going to have to take the word main event out of that show moving forward. The NFL trade deadline, and then we're going to go through season 1 of Chad Powers. So, Darryl, are you ready to jump right in?
Let's just rip the Band-Aid off.
All right. So, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. It says it sounds like these new reshoots involve Superman.
Yeah. I mean, it's really difficult for someone who's a major fan of superhero movies, major fan of Superman, major fan of just fun movies in general.
Yeah.
To have any semblance of excitement for what James Gunn is doing with the DCU.
Yeah.
So, Supergirl is fine. You know, you had Helen Slater, back in, was it 1984, 85 movie. You had
who was just in Cincinnati last week, 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah. Miss Vandervoot,
also
who is
Cincinnati,
was awesome on Smallville.
Oh yeah.
But
Melissa Benoist, don't forget about her.
Yeah. Well, wow, her show after season 1.
The first season of Supergirl was actually really good, and then they CW'd it.
Like I said, after season 1 it was, but season 1 I thought was, because that was on what, on CBS?
Yeah, CBS proper.
Yes, I was a fan of the trying out the outfit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
So,
but this, and again, I like Millie Alcock. Mm-hmm. We know her from House of the Dragon, and she's been. What else? I saw her in something else. But anyway, this DCU is a mess.
So
So, it says, adding more tests, David Cornsweet, Superman, and possibly more Lobo, because yes, I did. It's skipped my mind that Lobo's going to be in this.
Yeah.
Which,
no, it's
I will say, Jason Momoa as Lobo, I absolutely see him as that character.
Yeah.
I absolutely see him as Lobo.
But now also Aquaman. Or Water Black Panther, if you will. Okay, so here's what's interesting. I did not realize they wrapped principal photography all the way back in May.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't think I knew it was May, but I thought it was like sometime this summer.
I thought it was
Like,
like September, maybe like last month even, but because I mean the movie doesn't come out for almost 8 months. So it says here the film originally wrapped principal photography back in May, with cameras rolling again this week for new material. Fans recently noticed that the Superman costume on display at Warner Brothers Studio Tour has been removed, as a sign left in place read, "Superman costume currently being used by production." While some have believed this pointed to Man of Tomorrow, the project is still in early development. The more likely explanation is the suit is being used for Supergirl. And this was actually broken by Daniel Richmond, who is he's pretty on the up and up with all of that. He's a pretty good reporter. He's not super salacious or anything like that. And it says here from the Hollywood Reporter that Gunn's team hinted that the creative team is tightening the film up before release after a recent private screening.
yeah,
I have no interest. Honestly, I'm going to see it so we can talk about it, but it's going to be like Tron Ares. I don't want to go.
yeah.
But
To be honest, the only thing that I'm that I'm interested in, I'm very curious about, is the Lantern show. Because again, you have Coach Taylor in it as Hal Jordan, and then the Ruby Ridge guy, what's his name?
Was it Ruby Ridge? Was that the name of the show?
Rebel Ridge, not
Rebel
Ruby Ridge. Rebel Ridge.
Because they also had Ransom Ridge.
Yeah, I did. That just came out.
Which is another Friday Nights-esque. That's what the parents were doing while everyone was playing football.
Yeah. Aaron Pierce, that's his name.
Okay. Yeah, we liked him.
I like him.
Yeah,
I like
him. He was in
yes.
something else too recently that he was really good in.
Yeah.
Well, you're looking his name up. Look it up. I am curious though if we're gonna get Hal Jordan to be like in brightest day and blackest nights, can't lose. Instead of beware my sight, in brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power.
Beware my power.
Can't lose.
But yeah, that's the one thing because again, before we went on air, I've mentioned the whole Clayface thing and how there are going to be people trying to say Clayface has been their favorite villain
just like
the whole
Iron
time.
Man pre-98.
Yeah, it's like no, they didn't. No,
it's pre-08. Yeah.
As a kid, say stop the cap. Stop the cap.
What if he says green eyes, green hearts, can't lose?
There's not going to be any of that.
You know what we have to? Okay, here's what we need to happen in that show though. There needs to be a Tim Riggins cameo working on the his land there in Dillon, Texas, and then at some point, if they're in a big city, Jason Street just needs to wheel by. Right?
It's not gonna happen. Okay.
If I were in charge of the show, it would definitely.
It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Can't do it. Won't do it. But
you're a coward, Rick.
Oh God, here we go again.
Yo,
you just can't. Anytime this show comes up, you have to go there.
You're a coward, Riggins. You can find a lantern, but you can't show up in a lantern show.
Oh my God.
There's something wrong with me. Anyway, yeah, I'm interested in lanterns as well. I'm not interested in Clayface. I don't care about Clayface. I am appalled that that's even the direction they're going.
And again, going with the whole Man of Tomorrow thing, where Superman apparently is not going to even be the main character in the, and I do this air quotes, sequel to Superman. It's like they didn't learn from what happened 10 years ago.
Is it going to be Mr. Terrific again?
No, it's going to be Lex Luthor
again.
Yeah.
I wonder who you would consider the main character of Superman 2025. Mr. Terrific, Lex Luthor, or Crypto, the shitty dog.
It's more, I would say more, it's probably Mr. Terrific. Actually, he was the one for the first 70% or
Yeah.
60% of the movie that he was in. Until then, they start making him jokey, even though he's with the straight face.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
I was thinking about the Heat Check Award for that movie, and it's got to be Metamorpho's Baby.
oh my gosh.
Anyway, all right. Yeah, I like. They're talking about how like this version of Supergirl will stand apart from other portrayals, saying that it's rougher and grittier and edgier and funnier and sluttier and drunkier and horrier and like it's like who gives a shit? It's a crap comic book written by Tom King, who's a crap writer. Like
Yeah, I tried.
This is a waste of Millie Alcock. A
Yeah,
waste.
I remember when you told me about that, and then later on I finally ended up trying to read it, and no, no, this is not something to bring to the screen.
No.
The idea is good. I actually don't mind the idea about
True
someone
Grit
dealing
in
with
space with Supergirl. It sounds fun.
Yeah.
But the execution.
Yeah, it was awful. Like again, because you could deal with. We just had a movie deal with depression in actually a very real way in Thunderbolts asterisk. So, I mean,
You mean the new Avengers?
I said what I said. But yeah,
Hey, look, Bob handled it.
what do we
He
call
brought
this?
everybody back. Pandering.
No, not pandering. What do we call when you're you do the same thing and expect different results?
Kevin Feige.
I mean, that you're not wrong.
Disney.
You're burning up right now.
Mike Brown.
That was a kick in the fruits.
They should trade Joe Burrow. Anyway, no, it's insanity.
Like I said, I am actually interested in Jason Momoa's portrayal of Lobo, and that's it.
Do you
honestly,
think he's
for
going
this
to be
movie.
Space Black Panther in this one?
Now he's gonna be his Aquaman self, but dressed as Lobo. But he's gonna be a little bit more like the Justice League Aquaman.
Yeah. Dressed as a bat. I dig it.
I dig
man.
Dude, that was the line. That was the exact scene I was thinking of when I was talking about it.
Dressed as a bat. I dig it. My man. Anyway.
Oh.
All right. Let's talk about something that we're even less interested in this week.
Yeah, honestly, I would rather see Supergirl than another Saturday Night's main event like this past week.
Okay, so switching gears to wrestling. This is the 41st Saturday Night's main event.
I did not realize that.
It should be the very last Saturday Night's main event. Okay, so this was on Peacock. It was only on Peacock because WWE screwed Peacock over and did a whole bunch of like pay-per-views. Like they were doing one like every 6 weeks to be able to end their contract early.
Oh,
because it wasn't a time frame. It was like a number of events. And so this was like a make good for WrestlePalooza. Because they pulled that rug out from under them at the last second. And they gave them the shittiest wrestling event I have seen in my life.
I mean, it's almost like they did this on purpose.
I would rather watch 3 overweight drunk guys in their spandex glory wrestling in a high school gym than watch what I had to watch.
I mean, that was offensive, man.
I want to
like
break
watching
this down.
that.
Yeah. So we had the World Heavyweight Champion. No, this is not the order. But they had the World Heavyweight Championship match. CTE Phil, CM Punk versus Jey Uso. The Undisputed WWE Championship match. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. the WWE Women's Championship match, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill, and then a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship, Penta versus Rusev versus Dirty Dominik Mysterio. That was the only match I enjoyed.
Yes, absolutely.
And if Dom would have lost, I would not have enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the only match that had like that drew me into it. And again, I love Cody.
Yeah.
I love Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
That match was boring as shit.
Yeah.
And some of the storytelling, why is Cody injuring his knee? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Unless he actually did and during the match on that one spot. But if not, if that was supposed to be a part of the match, it's like, what was the point of it?
Right.
You're not going to lose.
No.
Like, what's the point?
He should have lost, though. That's the thing. And
yes.
That's me saying that about Cody. Cody needs to lose badly. Not get hurt, but like have like a really bad, like, you know, like Brock Lesnar taking him to Suplex City kind of loss.
Mm-hmm.
Spend the next couple weeks just like mental breakdown, right? Just breaking down. And they're like, you have to go home. You cannot, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, you know, kind of a thing. Like you're out, you're on vacation. Come back when you're ready, and then come back at the Royal Rumble. Screw whoever the last two people are over and win for the third time in a row as a heel. That would be amazing.
Yes.
So anyway, so that match was trash. The triple threat match, I don't understand why Rusev gets TV time.
He had one really good match when he first came back against Sheamus, and then they ran that feud into the ground.
Yeah, they ran that match
it's like
3 times, and it got progressively worse
every
time.
It was like, yes. Like the first time was, like I told you about, I was like, that was a really good match. Then they did it again, and I was like,
that was less
kept
good.
doing. Yes. And like it got worse and worse and worse. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that kind of thing. They fumbled Penta completely.
Dude. Penta's like, other than the money, Penta's like, man, I should have stayed in AEW.
No, I don't know. But like, you know, put him and Rey Fenix together and let them run the tag team division for the next 2 years. But anyway, Dom won. He cheated. I love it. I love that everybody cheers him for cheating too, by the way.
Well, you know what they say.
You lie. You cheat.
You cheat.
You steal. Viva la raza. Anyway, dude, there was a video of him and he's like, he was with Ray and Ray said something about Eddie Guerrero and he goes, you keep my dad's name out of your mouth.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was yesterday or Monday night.
That was amazing. Anyway, all right. So then we had the women's championship match. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Jade won. I'm happy Jade won. I think they are 8 months too late to present this version of Jade to us, where she's just unstoppable monster. I do not know why they had to do that match with Tiffany Stratton, who is the future face of the women's division, who has carried SmackDown for the last 300 plus days.
Yeah, well, the strike one for the Tiffany Stratton was when they had her lose to Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah, right.
Like that was she was undefeated
in 2025.
In 2025, and now she's lost 2 in a row.
No, she won on SmackDown.
Oh, SmackDown doesn't count.
Well, but I'm just saying she's like
SmackDown doesn't count.
She did not lose 2. She
on
lost
the big stage,
sure. Okay.
which matters. That's what matters on the big stage.
Can I be honest for a second? Less people watched Saturday Night Light's main event than watched SmackDown on Friday. So SmackDown was definitely the bigger stage.
Yeah. So, well,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Being facetious.
Yeah. On something like that, like it's even SmackDown or Raw, it doesn't matter. Like she's made to look to, and again, like she got just like, again, I didn't see because I haven't watched SmackDown recently, so I didn't see where she supposedly got her knee injured by Jade or whatever. Yeah. Which again, that would be fine if she just still didn't get run through and
Right.
I don't, again, this goes back to what are they doing? And
She
it's not
got
just with Stephanie, it's
yeah.
with the
Yeah.
whole,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
talk about the Punk Jey Uso bullshit. We've already talked about the Cody Rhodes Drew McIntyre bullshit. I'm so frustrated. I'm in the sense of like I really don't care because I usually watch Raw like throughout the day,
Yeah.
on the next day, and I tried yesterday, and I was just like, yeah, whatever,
Hmm.
whatever.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I don't even know how to process like why they did that other than they want to have Jade versus Bianca at WrestleMania maybe, but like that's a ways away.
yeah, when the hell is Bianca coming up? Because I know she's like having issues with her finger still,
Yeah, I
unless
don't know.
there's something else going on.
Yeah.
So
Not sure, not at all sure. But yeah, all right. And then the last match, which was the main event, which just even using the term main event for this main event show is just not, at all. Anyway, um but yeah, it was like what are you people doing? Like what are you thinking with putting this level of trash out?
yeah, right.
So there was a point in this match where CM Punk fell over again doing a swinging neck breaker. And Reddit is trying to pat themselves on the back as quickly as they can for like running cover for him for falling over, saying Jey Uso just didn't stop rotating and then Punk kicked him in the head afterwards out of frustration. CM Punk has no business telling someone or reacting to someone because they, quote, can't wrestle because he can't wrestle anymore.
He can't wrestle one bit, like at all. It's it is awful
It's
watching his matches.
pathetic, is what it is.
And
He,
and again, it's funny. He wasn't good in AEW, although his best match to me was his last match against Samoa Joe. And I wonder, and much of that was probably because of Samoa Joe.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I and then do we want to talk about that spear?
Would you call that a spear or maybe more of I
That was
kind of
like the
fell
drunk guy
on you.
stumbling in. Yeah, that's like the drunk guy stumbling into the garage door after getting out of the car.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Awful. Like
It was
I,
it was yeah, it's not good. What
it's not,
happened
man.
is not a good thing. And they should be ashamed of themselves for putting that on. And it's why it's like they have diminishing returns now, and it's only been 2 years.
Hmm. Yeah,
Like
he did say that he's gonna hang it up soon. Like, dude, it
Jay,
can soon be. No,
oh
uh, Phil.
CTE
I
Phil.
was like, yeah. Can I say can soon be like after like before December 1st?
How
I mean,
about on Monday night you drop the belt to Logan Paul, and we call it a day?
yeah. And then we'll say you've actually done something good in your second run in
Yeah, you
WWE.
actually put somebody over. You selfish twat.
Yeah,
All right.
it's like we're in the doldrums right now
So if I had
of
to if I
WWE.
had to rate this show,
Dude, I give it a 2
point
out of
point
10.
point four out of 10.
And the reason it's 2 out of 10 for me is because Dom.
Yeah, no, it was yeah, no, like if it would have been Dom versus Penta, I would have given it a full point. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Let's talk about the trade deadline. Let's talk about something fun. Let's talk about the fact that like for the first time in a couple years, something actually happened during the last day.
Oh, it's like so boring usually.
Yeah,
But yes, you're like that was there was like some fury of roster moves.
So there were actually a lot of trades this year.
Yeah.
Um,
Some good players too, really good players.
yeah. The Bengals like traded for Joe Flacco, proving that they could trade Joe Burrow because you have a 900-year-old man doing better in that offense than Burrow did.
Well, there's a reason for that too.
Oh, he doesn't hold on to the ball and get sacked, and he doesn't get hurt every time someone looks at him.
And he was under center a lot too.
Yeah,
Joe
right.
Burrow rarely is under center.
No, he likes which in that offensive line is not built to block for the shotgun.
Yeah, which again, it's like Zach Taylor, you're the coach. You say, okay, we're running these plays under center, Joe. Understand you're doing this.
Yeah. He'll just audible out of it. So anyway, but yeah, so a couple big ones. You had the Chargers with the biggest trade of the day with offensive tackle Trevor Peening for a 6th round pick. I'm joking. No, actually, I think probably like I would have said I think the Sauce Gardner is probably the biggest trade of like the last day of trading. But I also kind of want to say the Quinton Williams might be
Williams,
yeah, like he's I don't know. I mean, okay, so here's the thing though. The Seahawks traded for Rashid Shaheed at wide receiver. They gave up a 4th in 2026 and a 5th in 2026, which means Sam Darnold has another person to throw to, and JSN will be like, there's no way to double team him now with Rashid Shaheed on the other side of the field. But Sauce Gardner going to the Jets is crazy. 2026 4th round, 2026 5th round, 2026 1st round, 2027 1st round, and then AJ Mitchell.
Oh wow.
That's like Sauce Gardner is a generational quarterback and a UC Bearcat. So, I understand there is a tax that goes along with drafting one of the greatest Bearcats of all time on Nippert Stadium on the field there. But yeah, I also think the Panthers going out and getting Jacoby Myers, like, are they trying to make a playoff run?
The Jags.
Sorry, Jags. What did I say?
Yeah. Panthers.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the Jags. The Panthers did not make a trade. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I think the Bears going and getting in like Joe Tyron, I can't even say his last name, the edge rusher in the 7th round pick.
Yeah, the Eagles did too.
Yeah.
They got Jalen Phillips from Miami.
Yep. And, I mean, honestly, I think Dallas had the steal of the trades with Logan Wilson for a 7th rounder, which could end up being Mr. Irrelevant. So the Bengals could find their version of Brock Purdy. So actually the Eagles were pretty busy. They end up getting Jalen Phillips, Ja'Ari Alexander, and Michael Carter Jr., the second, whatever, plus 2 7th round picks. So, and all they gave up was John Mitchell the third.
Adonai Mitchell.
John Mitchie. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Oh yeah. But it's like, it was actually fun, like kind of tuning in on that last day.
Yeah. Like I said, like the NFL is, I can't speak for hockey, so I won't say that. But I say of the 3 major sports, I can't count hockey because, again, I don't watch hockey. I don't keep up with it. But like as far as trades go, the NFL has to be the most boring one as far as expecting trades.
Yeah. I just want to know why the Los Angeles Raiders did not pull the trigger on Evan Neal from the Giants. Like, we were going to throw in Deontay Banks for free. Just please take
it. Would you throw in your defensive coordinator too?
The defensive coordinator, Graham Gano. Brian Dable, take him. So here's what I'm thinking. And I think that this would work for the Bengals too. So just hear me out. Bring Cam Scattaboo out on crutches, right? In the Lance Harbor role of the regional finals. And he coaches. And Brian Dable can just like disappear and be like, what happened to Brian Dable? Like, why isn't he on the sidelines? They could do the same thing with Zach Taylor, with Joe Burrow coming out on his crutches and coaching the game. Right? They could run a hook and ladder to Sexy Dexy. The Bengals could run, I don't know. They could like actually like take a book out of the page for the replacements and like put massive amounts of stickum on the Giants receivers' hands. The Bengals receivers don't have that issue. Man, imagine Jackson Dart with those two. That is scary.
Yeah, man.
He's throwing for like 400 yards and like 6 touchdowns a game and rushing for like another 80 yards because like there's never anyone in the box.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a good. My Bengals did nothing. Yeah, they got rid of Logan Wilson because I mean he wanted out of Cincinnati after losing his starting job. Right. Which, by the way, yes, he's lost a step, but since he's lost his starting role, the defense has gotten.
Well, he was the captain.
It's surprising. It's surprising. It's because if they were bad anyway. They've gotten worse, objectively worse since then, considering you gave up 500 yards of total offense to Justin Fields and the Jets.
Right.
And then let Caleb Williams, Mr. Finger, paint my nails, just run roughshod over you. Yet let what's his name, Kyle Monangai, who was a decent back at Rutgers in college. He was a solid back. Dude looked like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, and Eric Dickerson rolled into one.
Yeah.
So I think Logan Wilson will be fine with the Cowboys. He's not his Super Bowl Logan Wilson where he was absolutely robbed by the official. I wish I knew that guy's name because I would call him out. Whoever made that call in the Super Bowl against the Rams. But anyway, the Bengals. I thought they were trying to get rid of Trey Hendrickson, but I guess no one was taking, or I know that first they wanted a first round pick, but then I read somewhere they were looking for a second round pick. I don't know why things fell through, but it is what it is. It's the Bengals, but yeah, some teams got better. Some teams definitely got better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody's going to give a first round pick for a guy who's hurt right now. So, I mean, if they were, the Bengals could have definitely traded Joe Burrow.
Yeah, well, to give a first round pick for a guy that was hurt, you have to be a Myles Garrett or something like that. Trey Hendrickson ain't that.
No.
Nobody is.
No. So. I mean, honestly, like Myles Garrett, maybe Micah Parsons, maybe Brian Burns, maybe, but
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson for sure. I mean, like if like last year after he broke his leg and Detroit was going to be like, yeah, we're moving him, people would have been falling over themselves to give them a first round pick.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Take two. So
yeah. And then the Giants would have been like, yeah, take my defensive coordinator.
You have to.
What is your coordinator's name, by the way?
Shane Bowen, who is like I'm pretty sure a relative of Forrest Gump's. So. You know what they say about defense, Jenny. You never know what you're going to get because we always run the prevent defense. You have 3 rushers on the front, and then you have Dexter Lawrence, who's lazy as shit this year for some reason. But, like, you have Abdul Carter, who is a menace in the backfield as a rookie. He's just a menace. And the only reason he doesn't have more sacks is because Brian Burns is faster. That's it. And then you've got Kayvon Thibodeau on the other side who is drawing double and triple teams the whole game. It's insane. It's insane. Anyway, the trade deadline was fun. It was a good time. It was good to see like stuff actually happen. I will say my favorite trade deadline day is the NBA.
Oh, that's just chaos.
It is. It's amazing. It's like
Yeah,
guys
like
guys will get traded more than once on the same day.
yeah,
Like it's awesome. They're like, you know, Bill Jenkins got traded from the Pistons to the Lakers, and then the Lakers moved him to Atlanta, who moved him to New Orleans. It's like, what happened?
yeah. That's exactly how they.
And
It's crazy.
that guy now owns houses in Detroit, in LA, Atlanta, and in New Orleans because he was like, where am I going?
Yeah, there's some craziness with the NBA.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it was a fun week. It was or a fun day. It was nice to have something to like kind of pay attention to. Plus, like, there weren't any really big like offensive trades. So, fantasy football wise, I didn't really have to like worry about too much.
Mhm.
So, I mean,
you have to think about your fantasy football.
I do. I mean, I'm 8-1. So this is what happens when you let the computer pick for you out of protest. So yeah. When they don't tell you when the draft is, and then you get a text message in the middle of the draft, hey, it's your turn. The computer picks for you. Because I'm like, I didn't know we were doing a draft today. I'm not prepared. So
The computer was prepared for you.
You know what, too, is I could have this week just taken Trey McBride out and been guaranteed the victory because the game was over. Like, I won. I was winning by 7 points. I only had Trey McBride left to play. But I'm like, if I take him out and do that, that's kind of cheap, right? Because like he could very easily like catch a ball, fumble it, have a negative couple points or whatever, negative yards, and get hurt, right? I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to attempt the football gods. I'm going to play him. And he scored 20 points. Almost 20 points. So I was like, yeah, see, this is why we play the game.
Why we play the game? Oh my. You play to win the game.
Play to win the game. So anyway, but it's been fun. And just on a Giants note, I did get my Cam Scattaboo jersey finally.
Man, that sucks that he's out.
I'm gonna wear it to the gym tomorrow. I was joking. I'm just gonna wear it all the time now.
I know. You're going to show up like in your calls. You're going to show up when you go into the office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every day. It's going to smell so bad.
You're going to, like when you go out to dinner, it's going to just be everywhere.
I mean, we're going to see Christy on Friday night. Jen and I are. So I might wear it then. And then Carlo and I are going to see Predator on Saturday. So I'm going to wear it then. Kidding. You know what? I'm not going to wear it on Sunday.
Why?
I'm joking.
Why?
Because we're going to talk about Chad Powers now.
Chad Powers.
Chad? My name's Chad. Chad Powers. All right. So I did not realize there was like so much behind the scenes to this show.
What do you mean?
Well, Glen Powell and his production company liked what Eli did with the Chad Powers thing at Penn State. And I guess Glen Powell's mom actually liked it too and was like, you should do that. And so he went and bought the rights to it.
That is hilarious.
Right? There's a great like clip on YouTube. I think I sent it to you. I don't know if you watched it, where it's Eli shows up in the Chad Powers gear to the show. Like he's like, I'm Chad Powers, where's my trailer?
I definitely did not see that one.
And then he's in there and he's like primping and stuff, and then Glen Powell walks in and he like doesn't recognize him at first. He's like, whoa, hey, what do you do? He's like, Eli? So
okay, that's pretty funny.
But then he like, he talked about it. But then it's true, he did buy the rights. But the other funny thing is, just how the show actually worked. Like I was like, how is this gonna work? and I actually I think for the most part they pulled it off, and we'll talk about some things that we didn't like, but you know, Chad is mostly comic gold when he's being funny.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I also
It's
thought, oh, sorry, good.
no, I was just gonna say that like I didn't know much about this thing, and yeah, I'm a fan of Glen Powell, so it's one of those that comedies are hit and miss more than anything for me.
Yeah.
For example, Happy Gilmore 2 was a miss for me. Naked Gun, that was like one of those that
Mm-hmm.
didn't totally hit, but there were some
Oh, yeah.
just almost in tears laughing instances. This isn't as funny as the funniest parts of Naked Gun for
Right.
me, but it's pretty consistent.
And it's relatively wholesome.
Yes, yeah. And it's not just about being fun, but especially when you get towards the end of the season and you see, parts of Chat that he wants to keep hidden, Chat slash Russ,
Yeah.
Russ. It hits home like from an emotional standpoint. So that's what, like, it's pretty consistent with being funny, but also there, like you said, there's a wholesomeness to it, but there's also that that emotional point where you get to like toward the end where you're like, oh wow, that they went for it and it works.
Yeah. Well, I think the best thing too is it's the South Georgia Catfish,
Yeah.
and he's catfishing them.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so I do want to say it's funny because the week this show premiered, Perry Mattifield, who plays Ricky Hudson, she is the daughter of Steve Zahn's character, Jake Hudson, who is the head coach of the South Georgia Catfish, is married to Mark Sanchez, who got arrested for like trying to beat some trucker up when he was drunk and getting stabbed.
That's crazy when you told me that.
It was so crazy. Also, she's like 6 feet tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Glen Powell is not short, and she's taller than him.
Right. I know. I had to look that up. I was like,
So,
how tall is she?
But I will say, I think the hidden gem in this show is Frankie Rodriguez, who plays Danny, the team mascot Whiskers.
Yeah. So he was the one after the first, like when he first appears in the first episode, I'm like, they're doing this again. And you know what I mean? Like the gay sidekick.
Right.
Like, oh, hard eye roll I had. And then he actually just works, man.
I mean, I would almost say that Chad is Danny's sidekick.
I knew you were going to go there.
No, seriously, because if it wasn't for Danny, like Russ wouldn't do anything.
Yeah. But I really think
Russ
he
would have
works.
definitely been caught if it wasn't for Danny.
Oh, absolutely, he would have been.
No,
Russ is not.
Yeah. No, Danny is the cat boy to Catman, the evil version of Batman and Robin from the Batman cartoon.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. But yeah, he works. He works as I'd agree with you. Like I had and again, this is why sometimes, your initial opinion of something is you see it and you're like, okay, this works.
Mm-hmm.
Just like kind of like I said with Naked Gun, I kind of gave you a little flag. I was like, dude, when you told me you went to go see it before you said, you said it was funny. I mean, I was like, I don't have any interest in that. And then I actually watched it and I was like, okay, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was surprising.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the chili dog. I'm gonna start crying now because that was one of the funniest scenes I've seen all year of anything.
Right.
I had 5 more that day.
I mean, there's some good stuff here. In Chad Powers, part of which is the supporting cast.
Yes.
So you've got Ricky Hudson, who is Chad's coach / love interest.
Yeah, which
Quentin Plar as Coach Bird, who is he's kind of OCD, right? Wait, do I have the coaches right? Because one of them, the black coach is Coach Bird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you
he's
have
he's awesome.
Plain with
Yeah,
Plain Crawford. He used
yeah,
to play. He played
he was.
in the Lethal
Yeah,
Weapon
he was Riggs.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the Mel Gibson character. Um, he is hilarious. He's also horrible.
Oh,
So,
the horrible person, man. He's so
but
funny. Yeah.
so, well, oh, sorry, it's got some cane sauce on it. Oh, anyway, but yeah, they're funny, and then I think my other favorite like kind of secondary character is what's her name, Trisha, Win Everett's
Hmm.
character, the chair of the Booster Trust.
Yeah.
She's just like smoking everywhere, goes wherever she wants, sexually harasses Chad at every chance she gets.
Yeah.
Um, that was like I don't know. I like the cast they put around them. Eli Manning showed up as the as one of the coaches
That's
at
the
Ole
Ole
Miss.
Miss. Yeah.
So, and then like the team is fun. The quarterback who becomes the backup quarterback, he's just like this super nice guy, and then just fucking loses it in the last episode. I thought that was funny. But yeah, so there's only 6 episodes, which I think is weird. And I do want to point out this is a Michael Waldron show. And you might recognize the name Michael Waldron because we've talked about him many times on the podcast. He is one of the uncredited writers for Fantastic Four, First Steps, Missteps, if you will. He is one of the uncredited writers for Thor, Dumb and Blunder. He is the writer director of Doctor Strange and the Multitude of Madness, and he is now the writer of Avengers Payday.
Oh yeah.
So,
And heels. Let's
well, yeah, and I was going to get to the TV shows. He was also the writer and executive producer on Loki and Heels, and for a time Rick and Morty. So like he's got like bona fides. Like he's done some really good stuff in the past. He was an assistant on Community, for Christ's sake. But you know, he did not learn his lesson from Heels. As far as we know, Jack Spade is paralyzed in the middle of that ring, dying right now.
still.
He's Schrodinger's Jack.
Yeah, he's still there.
We don't know if he's alive. We don't know if he's dead. We don't know if he can even walk. All we know is he hit a shooting star press and all of a sudden couldn't feel his legs. Come on, Jack. You're better than that. but Heels ended with a massive cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Massive. Chad Powers ended with a massive cliffhanger.
Yeah. I did read Waldron joke that this way Kirby Smart can't get pissed at him for if the Catfish beat the Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh, okay. I see. That's funny. That's actually funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know. So it's like I said, it's 6 episodes. I do like how each one of them is called like quarter 1, quarter 2, all the way through quarter 6.
Yeah.
I will say I feel like quarter 4 was funny, but like it kind of had a different tone to it.
Mm.
Quarter 5 I felt like was just not a great episode. You know, Russ ends up, having, unbeknownst to him, sex with the coach's wife, which I just thought was like not great. And then like he's got the whole interview thing where he just can't he doesn't want to do it. Like, he can't do it because he's Russ. He's not Chad. And then the coach having a heart attack at the end of the episode.
Yeah. So the whole thing with the wife, him sleeping with the wife, I thought was, again, it was one of those things that the idea was to create tension between Russ/Chad and Ricky, which you didn't need that
None.
because you already had that when she just finds out who he is.
Right.
And I thought it was one of those just kind of like cheap thing. Like, again, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, this is Major League all over again. At least with Major League, the wife purposefully did that to kind of try to destroy the team because of what she saw her husband cheating on her. This was one of the things that's like, oh, the wife is upset that her husband is not showing her the attention because he is eats, sleeps, breathes football.
Right.
I mean, it's so much worse. Like for that she did that in this and doesn't really help the main narrative of the whole Chad Powers, Russ/Ricky thing.
Right.
It's one of those things where it's like, what are we doing this for?
Yeah. Who knows?
But again,
I did like the way, even though it didn't end on a cliffhanger, I liked where it went. I like how Ricky kind of like sucked it up. It's like, we're gonna win this one. We're gonna win it for Dad. We're gonna do it for Coach.
I'm sorry though. I told you this. She said an almost unforgivable thing to him, though. And that's another thing where it's like, how do you come back from that telling somebody, I don't care how mad you are, that you wish they would have killed themselves?
Oh, yeah. So
that is not something you come back from. Well, yeah, you can forgive, but like, there's no way somebody tells me that. Like, I don't care what. It's like, oh, okay. I forgive you. I don't want anything to do with you, though.
Right. Well, I mean, he's Russ Holliday, so he's definitely gonna forgive her by sleeping with her.
Yeah, and again, going back to when we first started talking about this, because again, like you said, 6 episodes. They're what, 22 to 24 minutes around that.
Yeah,
around there.
It's a half hour. I mean, it's a half hour show. Yeah. So it's. I think they were all right around like actual like TV time, like 26 to 28 minutes.
Yeah.
The finale was 42 minutes long.
Okay.
TV time.
And what we never get, what we don't get until the end is what Russ is really feeling inside.
Yeah.
Because this Chad Powers, the Chad Powers is, he tries to say this is him, making amends or being able to play football again. But it's also because like he says, he doesn't like the person that he is.
Right.
And Chad Powers, he likes Chad Powers.
Yeah. Who doesn't like Chad Powers? Everybody likes Chad Powers.
And and again, it's Glen Powell. So Glen Powell kills anything really, pretty much. So us seeing that moment of him, that vulnerability when he's talking about like how he doesn't like himself. I mean that was powerful, and it gives you a new perspective on this cocky ass, down on his luck, Russ Holliday, who is now Chad Powers, and he's a broken dude. He's a broken guy who has never been able to get over his failure. Losing the game, punching the guy, the father, and knocking hit him into his son who's in the wheelchair, and just all the other stuff, and everything else was a facade for the pain that he was feeling. And Glen Powell nails that scene when when he finally kind of like breaks down.
Yeah.
And that added something for me, that added an extra level of depth to this, where it could have been just funny comedy, but it had some heart to it.
A couple things I did like, I really liked. I like I like Russ's relationship with his dad, especially when he like goes down to Atlanta to see him, and he's like, wait, you've been playing football in this makeup? Like, I am really good at my job. And then the Cybertruck. I hate the Cybertruck, but I love the Cybertruck in this show because it's its own character.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's a good show. You should watch it. So, Darryl, we'll just do the ratings real quick. Out of 10 helmet-wearing, strong, powerful males, what do you give this episode?
I give it
this season. Sorry,
this season 6.79 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, we're right in line. I'm a 6.89 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I kind of think I think watching it like as a binge might actually be better than the week to week.
I think so
So
too.
I think it'll
I think
make
so.
the 5th episode less jarring.
Yeah.
So
I just hope we get a word on a season 2
yeah.
and
So
3. Because I
and
think I thought I saw
they
that
said it was like
he had,
they had a 3-season story, but like he
yeah,
also had a 5-season story for heels. So
yeah, and we saw how that
yeah,
went.
we saw how that worked. I will say I do hope Coach Dobbs is back because he's like, one of you is retarded and one of you plays retarded. and, and then when Chad's like, I'm your retard. I can make that throw, coach. Anyway, I mean, yeah, it was honestly for a concept that worked great as an 8-minute short where the head coach of Penn State just decided to play a prank on his coaching staff and all these walk-ons with Eli Manning trying to have a little fun. Like, who now is fired from Penn State, by the way. He's no longer their coach.
Yeah,
Like, it just worked. It worked, and it worked really well, and it was shot really
yeah,
well. The
like
football
you said.
scenes were done really well.
Yeah,
The other thing,
my
oh, sorry.
biggest disappointment is that it was 6 episodes and
Yes.
it left us with a massive cliffhanger.
Right.
That's my biggest disappointment with
Yes.
this show.
And the other thing about the football is Glen Powell in it was an interview with a Hollywood Reporter was talking about, there were some of the other guys too, but he was talking about how when Peyton and Eli came on set, they made sure he looked like a football player. Like he
Hmm.
looked like he's the best football player on the field.
Yeah,
So I like, the attention to detail with the mechanics of the show, I think really, really worked. And helped make it endearing and fun and
yeah,
sad and all that.
yeah.
So
Get on it, Michael. Come on,
yeah,
Hulu. Give us seasons 2 and 3 at least.
yep. At least give us season 3.
Yeah.
Because if they give us season 3, they have to give us season 2 to get to 3.
Yes, I agree.
But I don't want them to hear me.
Stop saying it.
I can't help it. Anyway. All right. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, but
So
we have
it's
some good stuff for next week.
It's a double feature next week. We're going to watch Christie and Predator into the Badlands, and we're going to talk about nostalgia.
Like Stranger Things.
I'm not watching Stranger Things.
I said like Stranger Things.
I know, but I don't even want to. I don't even want to have that conversation where you think I might watch Stranger Things.
Why would I think you might? I didn't even know if I don't think I ever talked to you about Stranger Things.
I just
honestly.
don't care for it. I don't like any of the adults in that show. I feel like Winona Ryder took that role so she can sit around and cry and smoke cigarettes all day.
Oh my goodness! Like I get so tired of the cigarette smoking in that show.
Right?
It's
And
good grief.
the last thing I saw is David Harbour's character died, and then they're like, wait, no, he's back. I'm like, great. Now I'm not watching ever again.
No, you never saw him die.
Yeah, he jumped
Remember,
into that thing and died.
What? No. Even in that, because we just watched it, and again, I've watched it a few times.
I'm kidding.
But it's funny because that's the whatchamacallit, like that is what every show does. It's like if you don't see the person die,
They're not dead.
they're not dead. Yeah. So,
Although we
anyway.
did see Buffy die, and she wasn't dead. You know why? Because she was in heaven. They pulled her out of heaven.
That would have been a perfect ending for that show.
They just assumed she was in hell because they're a couple idiots.
Yeah, that's true. They're a bunch of retards.
Yes, as Alan would say, they are retards. Anyway, all right. On that note, thank you for listening. We've been talking about the catchphrase. So, Darryl, do you want to do the catchphrase this week? Do you remember the catchphrase?
No matter what you're doing, no matter where you're at,
That's it?
No, you were supposed to say.
What am I supposed to say? You were supposed to do the whole thing.
No, we okay. So on that note, we're going to be working on that, and we'll have something for you next week.
Yeah, so we'll see you next week. Be infamous. Bye. The Infamous Podcast is recorded in Kings Mills, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati. You can find new episodes every Sunday on Apple Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, our website, or anywhere podcasts are downloaded. This show is hosted by Darryl Jasper and me, Brian Tudor. To find more information about the show, visit us at infamouspodcast.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Infamous Podcast to keep up with the show. We also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/infamouspodcast. We have some great rewards for our patrons and are looking for help to grow the show to bring you more of the content you want to hear. Music for this podcast is provided by Michael Henry from meetmichaelhenry.com. So, whenever you're listening to us, have a great day, night, evening, weekend, whenever it is, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.